In the Bermuda Triangle, Billy has just woken up after getting some sleep, although he has actually only slept 6 hours in 3 days. Because of this, Billy has been seeing and hearing Grace's image. Previously, Billy had already been seeing Grace's presence, but this time it is because he has not had enough rest and his subconscious is talking to him in this way. Grace keeps telling him that he should rest as he is too young, but Billy refuses as he feels he needs to find a solution for all the problems they are experiencing because of Dark Spectre. Unfortunately, Morgan and the Phantom Ranger had to disconnect the eggs as they were too unstable after Kia tried to steal them and Ranger Slayer crossed the Master Arch. The problem they have now is that if they connect only one of the eggs, then they could break both eggs because it would not resist the shield. Because of this, Morgan offers his energem for them to use as an energy source to create the shield. Billy doesn't want to use the energem since he doesn't want to lose any more Rangers, but Morgan is willing to do whatever it takes to get a few extra days with shield. Meanwhile, the Phantom Ranger and Morgan leave to talk to Zordon and continue looking for other alternatives. Before leaving, she asks Billy to go get some rest, and after Billy refused, she then tells him to go see his friends Adam and Rocky. At Angel Grove, as Billy heads off to see his friends, Grace tells him that he seems to be feeling guilty, but Billy clarifies that he's just feeling stressed. In conversation they make it clear to us that Adam and Rocky have not been able to see their families as they are still feeling the side effects of the Dark Spectre infection, and it is going to take time for them to get back to normal. Tommy, Adam and Rocky move to another location as they were not comfortable in Promethea, and at that moment, a person is heard screaming. Rocky was desperate due to the fact that his family was trying to communicate with him through a video call and Rocky did not want to answer them. Because of this, Tommy asks Billy to leave since Adam and Rocky were not yet ready to see other people and this change was going to take a little more time. Billy wants to help in this situation, but Tommy tells him that he just needs a little more time, and this is precisely what Billy plans to get. After this, he arrives at Promethea to talk to Kia as he wants to know the reasons why she was going to destroy the eggs. She replies that she wanted to break the Morphin grid, and although Billy thinks she may have wanted to destroy the universe, she really just wanted to break the grid. Kia says that she already got her revenge since Draken died and that's enough, but acknowledges that after Rita infected the grid with her dark magic, all was lost. Kia explains that the grid is connected to all life, so that infection is going to consume everything and it's only a matter of time. Billy realizes that Kia was talking about the shattered grid, and Grace tells him that there are other people who might be able to give him the information he is looking for. After this, Kia realizes that no one had told Billy what had happened at that moment when Lord Draken destroyed everything, and this infuriates Billy quite a bit. Kia told Billy everything Lord Draken did, the times he traveled to different dimensions and ended Tommy's life in all those dimensions. She also told him about the way Draken attacked all the Rangers to steal all the power of the Morphin grid to become a god. Because of all that mess, the grid protected itself and shattered. Billy tries to get Jason to answer him why he had not been told, but Jason tells him that the Blue Emissary had asked him not to tell anyone. Despite this, Billy feels such important information as that, they had to share it with him. Billy explains to Jason that the grid is now protecting itself and has started to isolate some infected pockets so that the other parts are not affected. Billy plans to do something disastrous and Jason quickly realizes what he wants to do. Apparently, Billy wants to destroy the grid or something similar, as Jason tells him that after the shattered grid they had to recreate existence and not everything was the same as before. Despite this warning, Billy tells him that if they lose the shield, then they are going to have to do the same plan anyway. Jason tells him that they need to come up with another plan, and at that moment, Taylor arrives to find out if everything was okay. After this terrible conversation, Billy goes to a park so he can think better, and Grace tries to talk to him. Billy tells her that he understands that she is his subconscious controlling guilt, paranoia, and exhaustion, and he is already comfortable with her presence. Despite this, he doesn't understand how her experience of trying to be a Power Ranger can be different from his experience. At first, Billy didn't understand the reason why Grace kept the green dagger, but then he was able to understand that she did it because she was willing to protect everyone from not having to make the hard choices. After this, Billy thanks her and then says goodbye to her. Now Billy tells his whole plan to the Trini from the other dimension and asks for her help to be able to execute this very complicated plan. Although Trini trusts Billy, she is still not sure if this is the best decision, and so she keeps asking Billy questions. The Blue Ranger only replies that he has already made the decision, and this is not about being right or wrong, it is about survival. After this, they both go in search of Kia and give him her morpher to help them in this complicated mission. Kia tries to look confused, but Billy tells her that she knows exactly why they are there. Later, Billy meets with Morgan and the Phantom Ranger, both of whom tell him that they have found a way to have a little more hope. While this conversation is going on, we also see footage of the training of the other Rangers, who are visited by Trini and Kia. Morgan and the Phantom Ranger explain to Billy that they can use the same fundamentals of magic that keep Zordon locked up in order to extend the lifespan of the eggs. Meanwhile, Trini and Kia attack the Rangers and neither understands what is happening. Morgan explains to Billy that the new plan can get them a few extra days, but this doesn't convince the Blue Ranger. Because of this, Billy asks Morgan to let him observe the Energem, and after she gives it to him, Billy thanks her with a very cloudy face, asking for forgiveness. After this, he shoots the Phantom Ranger in the chest to create a short circuit that will leave him paralyzed for several minutes, which gives him enough time to execute the plan. In the other battle, Trini and Kia have managed to defeat the other Rangers, and now Billy will be able to achieve what he wants. Morgan can't believe what is happening and asks Billy to stop so he can look for another alternative. Billy tells him that he has tried to think of other alternatives, but this is the only way to save the universe. Morgan tries to block the way, but Billy points the blaster at him and tells him that this is his universe, his family, and he's going to do whatever it takes to preserve it. Trini and Kia knock the other Rangers unconscious and continue to analyze if this is the best decision. Then they find the bodies of Morgan and the Phantom Ranger, and Kia says that she must remember to never make Billy angry. Now we can see that Billy has used the Energem to fill his spear with power and is ready to execute the plan. For the last time, Trini asks Billy again if he is sure he wants to do this, and he says he is not sure, but this is the only way. In this image we can see all the power coming from the spear, and we don't know if Billy used the powers of the other Rangers to accomplish this. Then the Blue Ranger proceeds to crush the eggs with his spear, and this creates an explosion of energy.